with great responsibility comes great power. I think that's how it goes.
Yo friend, what is up? My name is Levi. I'm an adventure filmmaker and welcome to the Leftcoast Life. It's really good to have you. Today we are going into the city. We're going into Vancouver. We got a video shoot today. I'm pretty hyped about it. It's kind of one of the first shoot days of the new year on this big project that I'm going to be doing across the spring. But traffic has been awful. There's been like several accidents and things are just crawling here. So now I'm just like fingers crossed that I'll make it on time. And I left with like plenty of room to spare. So we will see how this goes. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself by being late on the first new day of the shoot. When I'd first moved off the island, I'd actually moved into one of those towers over there. A family had let me sleep in their living room for the first couple months that I started my apprenticeship here in downtown Vancouver with Josh and Ryan from Transposition Films. But this family like took me in and let me sleep in their living room in this like beautiful condo they had overlooking like downtown Vancouver here. As much as it feels like yesterday, it also feels like years ago. And that's pretty crazy. After living there with that family, I moved into this van for the following half a year. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I am fairly happy with the parking spot I found here in downtown Vancouver. Heading over to where the studio is, where I'm shooting today. I've never been here before. I'm pretty excited to check it out. And here we are. Gordy, can you give me a tour for my vlog?
What do you pay me? Yep. This is our coffee bar. These mugs came in from China. We have a Olympic training facility here for ping pongers. We have talented people that come by and say hi. We've got stuff for Craigslist, you know, ladders, server racks, lighting. Got an open workspace here. Everything's on wheels so we can reconfigure as we need.
So this is what you'd call a studio?
It's kind of a studio office. We've got our boardroom lounge area over here.
For our production assistant person.
And we've got, this is where we push buttons and make movies. Our main editing suite.
Hey, Castle.
This guy's from Future Shop. He's with Geek Squad. Here fixing our computers. This is just a boring office where we email pretty much full time. And then, we're doing some camera tests today with teleprompter, and that's a light. Music. Playing at all times. And we've got a couple of what you call edit graphic suites here. Yet to be configured. We're still in prep, so once we hit post, we'll have it all figured out. But lots of Mac products and productivity. So that's it.
Like, what is this?
So this, I'm a producer of a project called the Youth Film Series. It's a web series that's going globally. It's getting released in the fall. Millions of teenagers are going to watch it, and it's about finding meaning in life and talks about faith and God, and yeah. So I'm producing that with my buddy Dan.
My third pitching method is good. Do we actually have like a white sign? More juice! Wow! More juice! 3-5.
So far, things today are going great here. We're just about to break for lunch. It's been really good. So what I'm working on is I'm creating a behind the scenes series that follows this production. So this is going to be called the Alpha Youth Film Series. That's what I'm just going to call it from now on, the Alpha Youth Film Series, or just Alpha. And I'm hired to create sort of a behind the scenes series documenting the whole process. So that's across the next couple months. But today, essentially, I'm just trying to get stuff capturing the pre-production vibe. So there's a lot of script meetings happening right now and just going over what do the scripts actually say, is what they're saying, what they want them to be saying. They're reading them through, going over the length and stuff. So I'm just grabbing B-roll footage, and then I'm gonna later today give prompts and try to get some audio moments to help pull this all together. So there's gonna be one behind the scenes episode from pre-production, and I already did some shooting for this. So essentially today I just need more exciting footage. And this is kind of their new studio space where they're going to be working out of. So there's some exciting things happening. I'm going to tie that all together. So one thing about how I'm approaching the shooting currently is I'm trying to make sure that I get cross coverage. So a lot of the conversations that are happening, the actual words that are being said, it's not as important for me to capture that, but getting the spirit of that conversation is important. So making sure I get coverage of that so the conversation actually makes sense as a visual. So essentially cross shooting it, or making sure I just have coverage. So if 4 people are sitting in a group, making sure I get the perspectives of someone looking to the other person as they're talking, making sure I get them talking to the other person and flipping that. So that's kind of how I'm approaching getting these different little scenes today. Making sure I got the wide angle to kind of start off the scene, and then making sure I'm getting texture shots. And I'm also just looking for the moments with emotion. That's going to be the moments that I end up using, the moments where someone smiles or says something a little they got expressiveness. So yeah, that's what's going on here today. It feels really good to be around people. It's so good.
6 terabytes.
Many
Times
terabytes.
6. These are drives, and they all have a lot of footage on them.
the cracking door sounded beautiful. Is there anything special about this setup that you're really happy with?
Mainly the lens cap has been kind of my pride and joy. Is making sure that that's just there so everybody can see it when they walk into the room.
So guys, this has been one of the hosts of the Alpha series.
Alpha Youth Series. How do you think things went today, Ben?
Overall, today's one of those days I leave and I think with a great team, you can accomplish great things. So with great responsibility comes great power. I think that's how it goes. I feel like this right now. If you can just...
What does that feel like?
Yeah, high and low at the same time. How do you do it? I don't know. It's I'm a great leader who leads with greatness, and I don't lead the great team, but I'm a leader in a team of leaders, right? Mm-hmm. And when you have teams and greatness and leaders, teams that lead greatly, greatness awaits those who taste it. I have a thing on my phone that tells me how many days it is till we start filming. 53 days till filming starts. A lot of great things are gonna happen in those days. You stand on the shoulders of giants and you can reach the cookie jar.
Thank you. That was great. See you, Ben.
That was really rad. Lots of fun hanging out with people. Again, anything where I can get around people just makes me so happy. But it's pouring rain outside, and I've now got a nice long drive back to Chilliwack in traffic. So let's get a move on it. Always nice to see the van where I left it without a ticket on it. I just never know if I'm gonna get a ticket or not if I park in normal parking area for other cars. Cause I'm so long, right? You never know what's gonna happen, and I hate parking tickets. Well, on the drive home there, I had a lot of time to be thinking about just how grateful I am to be starting this project. And I mean that like really wholeheartedly. Like I feel really, really good about applying myself to this project. It feels right. It feels like the right type of project that I've been looking for. You know, I get to use my skills and what makes me uniquely good at what I do. And that's like this microdoc storytelling stuff. So I just feel like super encouraged by this because, I mean, even just looking at the events that linked up that made even the possibility of this project possible is so many different relationships and like so many different like random little shoots that I've done across the past 2 years that have like led up to this day and like the start of this. And while this project isn't like game changing for me in any stretch of imagination, I'm just like really thankful because it's like that spark that I needed at the start of this year to know putting my effort into the things that I'm doing is worth it. And putting myself out there as this type of storyteller is worth it. And when the right client comes to my door, I can actually engage in that conversation with them in a really exciting way. Like that's so encouraging. So yeah, thanks so much for following along today. I had a ton of fun just capturing little vlog moments where I could. It's definitely interesting doing vlog and BTS series at the same time. We'll see how that continues to go. And yeah, if you'd like to support what I'm doing over here on the Left Coast, you can get a Life's Better When You Make Stuff shirt and like rep the maker lifestyle. You can head over to lifesbetter.co if you'd like a shirt or a poster. That'd be pretty rad. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, life's better when you make stuff.